I just think that modern-day feminism, a lot of it is spoiling for an argument. I mean, the ludicrous campaign about putting women's faces on banknotes when there are legitimate discussions... Well, excuse me.
Me! He's a...
Legitimate... See, this is another problem about feminism. Women are made to feel stupid because they dare to contradict some of the received wisdom about feminism.
That's it.
Well, you don't need to do the Oscar-winning sigh in the process. I mean, the fact is that because there have been stupid campaigns about putting Jane Austen on a banknote, the very real societal issues about domestic violence, about are being overlooked by a bunch of militant women who feel that anybody who bothers to open a door for them is somehow setting back the female cause.
Can I just answer the Jane Austen? This was a good campaign. This was a really wonderful, celebratory campaign because we never had a woman's face on our banknotes. That you're offended by that.
I'm more offended.
It's more offensive.
We have had to hang on. And you're not celebrating Jane Austen on our banknotes.
I'm allowed to have my opinion.
Why would you not want to do that?
Because I don't give a fuck.
Banknotes in my pocket as the man sitting next to me, rather than whose mush is on the side of a fiver.
Which is exactly what we're here to ensure. You know, it's 45 years since the Equal Pay Act. I absolutely agree that you should have as many Jane Austen notes or whatever is on those notes in your wallet.
But the big issues
to you. Distraction, wasn't
okay, Angela's point is the big issues are more important
because there is a shortage of role models. That we judge women more harshly, and one of the reasons why sometimes because there is a gender pay gap here. Now, the gender pay gap here is, of course, much, much smaller than it is in other parts of the world. You can measure gender pay gap in all sorts of different ways.
But it's about women earn 80p for every man's £1. Angela.
As a declared non-feminist, but as somebody who went to the same school as the Pankhurst sisters, I went to a girls' school where female endeavour was absolutely embraced and encouraged.
We went to the same school.
Oh, wonderful. Well, there you go. So the fact, well, there you go. That shows the broad range of thoughts and opinions that were encouraged at our school. The fact is that I think, personally, I feel that feminism is irrelevant and outdated in this country. Girls routinely outperform boys at school. More girls go to university than boys. Without question, there are issues, perhaps, about things like equal pay, but that's a societal issue. It's not a feminist issue. And the more that we create this chasm between men and women, the more we kind of encourage that idea. I mean, the thing is that biology did not make us inferior. It simply made us different. So if there aren't that many women in Parliament, as maybe Louise could testify, it's not so easy to balance a family with certain unsociable jobs. So it's not that we're not capable. We may not want the things that men are doing.
I do think we can't let this pass without talking about the inequities that are inflicted on men in the name of feminism, which is making our modern movement into a joke. Today we hear that Sir Colin Blakemore has resigned from the Association of British Science Writers over the shameful treatment of Sir Tim Hunt, who was lied about in the name of feminism, and the reporting on him was proven to be completely false. He didn't make a sexist joke that was received in silence. There's audio of the applause, and yet, despite the evidence, we've seen that people who are totally committed to their ideology refuse to back down, even when audio and photographs prove that Sir Tim made no such remark. And this is an ally
of women.
But
what's your point about women's rights?
I think that
it wasn't women's rights that brought him down, was it?
Yes, it was. It wasn't women's rights. It was the traducing of feminism to say distractingly sexy, let's have a hashtag, let's fit up a man for something that he didn't do. And that's why feminism is a joke.
You're conflating
in Britain.